But I want to know how it is you voted for Donald Trump when you're so into facts, because his entire campaign is not based in facts. It was all based in propaganda and emotion.
If we become a minority, we will not control our own destiny anymore.
According to you, I guess I would be perpetuating the dispossession of white America.
That is true. That is true.
Say what you will, at least this white man is honest. That is a real fear for white Americans becoming a minority.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. So on our today's episode, we are diving into a critical conversation about politics, identity, and the driving forces behind some American support for Trump in 2024 election. So on this episode, we are actually looking into this palm-colored man, giving his reasons as to why he asked his vote for Trump, even after him being a man who believes in facts. So he's scared that he's scared of being a minority in this country. And he says if some of Trump's policies are actually implemented as the ones, like he said, of deporting, or the mass deportation of immigrants in the United States of America, that would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States of America. Those are not my words, these are the words of this man, and I want us to watch these videos together and let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section. Remember to be respectful in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and give this video a like. And if you voted red, I would also love to hear what were your reasons as to why you voted red. Let us watch these videos together and then we'll come back to it.
But I want to know how it is you voted for Donald Trump when you're so into facts, because his entire campaign is not based in facts. It was all based in propaganda and emotion.
I voted for Donald Trump for one reason only. His policies, if implemented, would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States. If he were to deport all illegal immigrants, if he were to think very hard about letting in any Muslims, all of this would slow the rate at which whites are becoming a minority.
Why are you so worried about the white dispossession of America?
Because I want my people to survive. Is that so strange? We don't control China. We don't control any place where whites are not a majority. And if we become a minority, we will not control our own destiny anymore.
I grew up in this country as a minority, as the children of immigrants. I was their first child born in America. And while I didn't have much possession or didn't much control, I really enjoyed myself. And I think that if you ask a lot of Americans, they would say that I had a lot to offer this country. According to you, I guess I would be perpetuating the dispossession of white America.
That is true. That is true.
Would you say that you wouldn't want me in this country?
At some point, when my ancestors built this nation, they did not build it with the intention of giving it away to Mexicans or Chinese or Haitians or to anyone else.
Do you consider, you keep saying your ancestors built this country, you consider that a fact?
Who else built it?
Black people, Native Americans, Chinese people who came and built the railroads.
Do you think none of that could have been
Italian people?
But they're Europeans, aren't they?
And there you have it. The goal is not a happy ending for all, it's for them to have America stay exactly how it is. They do not want things to get better. They want the status quo to stay the status quo. They want a hierarchical society with them on top and all others on bottom. A utopia is not in the plans. That future that you're thinking about that humans will get to, not if they got anything to say about it.
Minority.
I don't think he understands what a minority is. He's not speaking of minorities as in privilege, less privilege. He's speaking of minorities as in less numbers. Watch that video. This is what we were up against. It was all about racism all along. That's what it was all about.
Say what you will, at least this white man is honest. That is a real fear for white Americans becoming a minority. And why is that, I wonder? I got it. It's because y'all treat minorities like shit. And you're worried that when you become a minority, you'll be treated like shit. Huh. Like, never mind the fact that the only thing all the other minorities in this country have ever fought for is equality and not revenge. But you're worried. You're worried that we'll want revenge. Wonder why that is.
What this man is talking about is he voted for Donald Trump because if Donald Trump implements all of the policies that he's planning to implement, then white people will not be dispossessed of this country. If you don't know what that means, white people are the majority in this country. They're not the majority in the Middle East. They're not the majority in China. They're not the majority in North Korea, but they are the majority in this country. And if our birth rates continue at the rate that they're going, white people will be the minority. And this white person in this video is terrified that the minorities might treat him like he has treated minorities. And that strikes terror in powerful white people's hearts. Yeah, because they've been probably pretty fucking brutal to people who are different color skin. He says it right there. That's the whole plan. Elon Musk is obsessed with repopulating the earth with more white people. He's got how many kids with how many baby mamas? And he's continuing to make more with more baby mamas, okay? He's not stopped. He's not done. He wants to make everyone be forced to have children. You know what's really funny is that his wives like to use, his baby's mamas like to use in vitro, or what is it? Surrogates. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't want his women to get fat with a droopy belly. God, no. So they impregnate a different woman and let them carry the baby because, God forbid, this body doesn't look perfect. We can't damage the plastic. You can't stretch out your plastic. So you let someone else have your children. It's disgusting what America just voted for. This man in this video, that is the soul. That's the key to it. Elon Musk is afraid he's going to end up a minority and pay some karma for what ended up giving him his billions. He became the richest man in the world. And he's terrified that he'll end up a minority. And Donald Trump just conned minorities in this country into voting for him. No. You guys want to know if I'm leaving the country? No, I want to watch.
So it's your boy Taboo coming at you live in full effect. They just asked this man why he voted for Trump, especially when he goes by facts. This is what the man said. You heard him straight out of his mouth. It's what's best for his people. That white people are on the decline. And by voting for Trump, it's best for what's white people. So I don't want to hear any BS if you're Latino. I don't want to hear any BS if you're African American, if you're Native, and you voted for this man. You are a wannabe. Just like any other video I stitch, don't take my word for it. Watch the video in its entirety. And then when you're done watching the video in its entirety, ask yourself, because I'm asking you, when the are you going to start doing what's right for our people?
If you don't watch anything else today, tap the bottom of the screen and watch that. It's not long. Perhaps now folks will stop gaslighting black people for what we've known for 4 centuries plus. We don't have a victim mentality. We have historical context. We have the constant patterns of white blowback against our progress. We have the reaction to the fear that we will treat them when we're in power the way that they've treated us when they've been in power. Project 2025 is the Compromise of 1877. Look both of them up. Perhaps the results of this election will convince immigrants and their children who came to a country that they didn't truly know. And it will convince those who really had hope that everything and everyone had died off, that had created a racial and gender caste system. And it'll convince those who had hope recently that nothing has truly changed. At least not the hearts and minds of 60 and 70 and 80 million people. Check it out. Tap below.
Shalom, Israel. When you go back and watch this video, you will see that our abusers are terrified of losing their power and their position over you. You know, they are perfectly fine with you being a minority, but they are terrified of being the minority themselves. That's why they're making a big deal out of deporting all the illegals. That's why they're saying, oh, they're taking black jobs and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is slave jobs. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're doing these things, because they are absolutely scared of losing their power and position over you. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody to hover over, to abuse, to keep their knees on our backs. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to the video, they know that their time is short. They're scrambling to do whatever they can to keep their knees on our back and keep us a slave. You know, what we need to do is not participate in their ways, not in their wicked holidays, not in their wicked voting, because you are voting for a system that benefits them and not you. You know, even though they're never gonna keep the promises. Like, how long have we been voting for? And we have not gotten into any better positions. What we need to do is try something different. To keep doing the same thing over and over again is insanity. You need to try something. We need to try something that works, that is proven. You know what I'm saying? And what that is it's the Bible under Commander General Yohana. I'm not talking about the Bible through the Christian church, which is another form of another system that they put out to destroy us. I'm talking about coming under the ISUBK, under Commander General Yohana, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is proven to turn brothers' lives around, man. You know, if you just look at the stats and see what kind of work we're doing, we have the system that's going to work for blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? Look at the stats. And look at the stats of what the voting has done for us after all these years. It's done nothing. What has marching done for us? Nothing. It's time to try something different, man. It's time to come home. And that's the ISUBK under Commanding General Yohana, man. Look it up.
Because
if y'all ain't never listened to nothing that I done ever said on this app, I said this about a month ago in one of my videos. It's all about their survival. That's it. Y'all keep on thinking that it's hate and it's racism and it's prejudice. It's survival. Everybody has the right to want to be here. Okay? There is a fear in them of becoming extinct. They have that fear daily of becoming extinct, and they will do anything to stop that from happening. And I do mean anything. Now, as far as him being re-elected, this is what I'm gonna need for people of color and immigrants to understand. He's a white man. He has that same mindset and that same exact fear. But on top of that, a lot of what we need in this country, especially black people need in this country, the immigrants got it. You grew up in your community your whole entire life, and when you was young, that corner store was black owned. Because I remember in the 80s, in the late 70s, there were no immigrants in any of our stores, in our communities. Those people have come over here and taken those opportunities. They have been given, just handed things that rightfully belong to black people. I don't know about nobody else, but I don't need nobody from Timbuktu over here selling me no stale ass Pepsis. And I love all people. This is not about race, y'all. Quit making it about race and look at it from a logical standpoint of your survival.
Go back and watch that video. I need you to listen to the words that come out of this man's mouth, because he is saying the quiet parts out loud. He is telling you exactly why people were voting for Trump. And if you voted for Trump and you are not, watch the video. Understand. They don't want you at their table. They wanted your vote. But you're not safe. You were never safe.
Well guys, here is the video that I was just scrolling on social media and I happened to come across this video, and I was also asking myself, with all the policies that I've had, this guy has, like, even for women, and as you see, quite a good number of palm-colored women turned out and voted for him. And I was asking myself, what could even be the reason behind this? But now, as to what many melanated Americans have been telling us, now they're coming out and saying everything out loud. Yeah, these are things that the Black Americans have been knowing for over 400 years. They've been knowing these for so long. But for most people, like the Hispanic people, and really like who supported him, they didn't have an idea about these. There's a place that there are so many videos I've seen, melanated Americans telling people, you'll never be like them in as much as you try, no matter what you do. So we all know that America does not even actually belong to the palm-colored Americans. They are also immigrants in that country. They came to that country just like any other person that have come to that country, just like any Arab, just like any Hispanic people have come to that country. And now they took over the country. They are the majority in the country. And for those who've been asking, why did they vote for this guy? Is it that they hate us so much? Do they hate us? What did we even do wrong to them, for the melanated people? There you have your answer. They are very scared of being the minority, and they're also scared of them being treated the way they treat the melanated people and other people of color in their country. How many times have you seen people being followed around shops when they get into a shop, like a jewelry shop or any shop where you want to shop for things, and you have someone follow you just because you're a person of color, just because you're a melanated person? They don't take you as a customer, but as a thief. They think you're going to steal, so they have to follow you to supervise you. For someone who have not heard of these stories and you just new to America, they'll be like, oh, this is nice. Their workers are very hardworking, especially when you're a melanated person from any other part of the world. Because if you're a melanated person from America, you already know this. So yeah, for them, it's about survival. They're scared of being the minority. They're scared of being treated the way they treat people. They're scared what if I walk into a restaurant with my son and they're told they cannot go in the restaurant because they're wearing sporty shoes or the clothes they're wearing does not fit for the restaurant. But that happens to them. I saw a video where a lady the restaurant refused to serve them because her son was wearing a short and a t-shirt and a sport, like not sports shoes, just like sneakers. And there was another pound-colored kid that was wearing the same, almost the only difference was the color, but it was kind of the same outfit. And the lady was asking me, so you're not going to serve me, but you served them because the child is pound-colored and the parents, but because we are melanated people, you're not going to serve us. Yeah, so these are some of the things, these are actually some of the few things that they fear that are gonna happen to them, like maybe police harassment, like they do. But for people who are watching this and you're like a pound-colored person, I just want to let you know that that is not something that's actually in melanated people's heart, no matter from what part of the world. Like, that is actually not in us to treat people that bad, to treat people like they're not humans. No. Even if for the bad things that you've done to us, like, for example, what number of times have you seen cops taking out black people, even innocent black people? If the Black Americans people wanted to fight back, it's not that they can't. They can. Like the other day, there was a case at Florida about a black teenager being harassed. And all they did, all the black people did, all the black community did, was just they had a peaceful walk against racism and hate towards black people, a peaceful walk towards against harassment towards black people. They didn't hurt anyone out there. They just had a peaceful walk because all they've been fighting for all these years is equality. And for some people who visit or go to the United States of America, or some people who relocate to that country, there's so many times I've seen people saying, oh, there are opportunities in America. Why do Black Americans not take these opportunities? That is why even for some, you'll not even understand that when this man says this is something that they've been doing for so long. But for some, when you're not from America, it's something new to you and you get surprised and you be like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. Yeah, it's like that. That's how it's always been like. And when I was listening to this person, I was like, now I understand why most palm-colored people turned out like that for him. Because you see, most palm-colored people are not actually having kids as, some of them are just having one kid, some of them don't want to have kids, which is, I respect what they want to do with their bodies. I respect everyone what they want to do with their life. But still, they don't want to have kids, but they're also scared of being the minority in this country. That's why maybe they've also come with policies of there's no abortion in the United States of America. That is one of the policies that they're going to remove. There's gonna be limited, what is it called? Limited family planning. I had that. Or some of them will not be like 100% protective. These are some of the things that I've been checking actually when I've been looking into the project 2025, which I think I've gotten some videos. I'm still researching on that because some people, like the Hispanic people, they don't understand these. For most that I've seen talking online, very bad when black people are like, why did you do that? Or why did you give all those votes away for you just to be deported back in your country? And I saw someone who said, a Latino person who actually said that he's only going to deport the the criminals and all that. But I don't know if you've seen this video of this woman who just got deported back in her country in 2018, and she's married to a US veteran, but she had to separate with her husband. She had, like, her family had to be divided because they refused to renew, I think, her citizenship. I don't know if it's her residency, and she had to go back to her country. Yeah, so for those who are like, no, this cannot happen, it has happened before. And as you heard, this man, he's happy that some of these people, they are going to be taken back to their countries, and then America is gonna be like it's always been. For those who are asking, when was America great, or like which time or which era was America great, it's always been good, great for the palm-colored people, because they've always been the majority and they've always had things as they want on their side. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the comment section about this episode. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and until the next episode, bye.